Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. All right, you guys. So I'm at Walmart. I didn't say in the Let's Talk About It video, but I'm at Walmart's with your cousins over here on Old National, about to go in here and pick up some groceries. So if you see a whole bunch of activity around me, it's because it is a whole bunch of activity around me. And but we gonna try to ignore it. This little man next to me is backing up in his in the little electronic cart thing, and he can't make it go forward. Man, just get out the car and walk to the car. Anyway, you guys, first story up. I'm gonna try to make sure, because I'm gonna break this up in parts. So I want to make sure that I get my stories, you know, they don't all the juicy ones be at the beginning. First story: Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, these heifers stay up in somebody's fucking blog, don't they? Okay, now we about to get started. Look at the man. We about to get started with them. I'm assuming, you know, they usually start the first Sunday in November. So I'm assuming that we still keeping to that schedule. Real Housewives of Potomac will still be going on, obviously. So Bravo will definitely have that night. But they just stayed in the fucking news the whole time. You know, we've been talking about Nene and contracts and all of that. And now we got that out the way. Child, now here come page 6 come telling us yesterday that so Cynthia Bailey, you guys know that she's getting married to hashtag chill, right? And so she was having a bachelorette party on the show that they was filming. And evidently it got a little too live up in there, and let page 6 tell it there were 2 of the cast members who got too drunk and started performing sexual acts or fooling around, very close to sexual type acts on each other at the actual bachelorette party. And that this went on in front of the cameras, and that Bravo actually recorded it. So then when I read that, I was like, these motherfuckers, because now Nene's not going to be on there, we need something exciting, some big story to come about. And so now we going to, you know, put it out there that 2 of the cast members got sexually involved with each other. Okay, so they didn't say housewives, they just said cast members. So then I was just like, and if it did happen that way, it's probably going to be some friends of the cast. Okay, we know that Marlo is a friend of the cast. Tanya's going to be a housewife, I think, this season. But so far, it's supposed to be Marlo, the girl from YouTube, Layla. Is that her name? I think that's her name. And, you know, because Drew is also going to be a housewife, I believe. Drew, what's her last name? Sedora. So then I was just like, you know, and then it still could be a friend of theirs that has came along to. So then I was still not putting much stock into it, because I was like, I know Cynthia's not going to do it, which they've already confirmed that it wasn't Cynthia. Candy's not going to do it, even though we think Candy is wild like that. Candy is not going to fuck up her, you know, she ain't trying to do that. She's married and all of that. I don't see Kenya doing it. There was a maybe on Portia, maybe, because Portia just looked like she got it in her to get so fucked up that, you know, she don't know what she doing. You know how you have them friends that still want to do something, and then so they act like they so drunk, and then they go do it, and then they try to blame it on the alcohol afterwards, and it's like, bitch, you wanted to do that shit anyway. Sitting up here trying to talk about, I had 2 drinks, and then, girl, I just lost my mind. No, you wanted to fuck them. That's what it was. Okay, quit playing. So I thought it maybe could have been Portia, but I was still like, so anyway, they said that they was all over one of the strippers there, assuming that it was a male stripper that was there. These 2 girls and this male stripper was doing the most at the party. They said that after the whole thing shut down, though, that these 2 cast members and that stripper decided to continue it in a room. Now that the cameras are gone now, but they're saying that the girls are saying that saying that they could hear them in the room saying shit like, you know, that feels good, and oh, fuck me harder, and all of this. Like, really? I mean, I don't know how much fun you got to be having where you just go this way out. Like, Cause you know, you be drunk. I have been plenty of drunk. I ain't done no shit like this, but I mean, I've been drunk where I probably, you know, if somebody didn't get a hold to Roxanne when I was younger, you know, some shit could have went down. But eventually you come down off of that. Like, you know, after a while, you know, you sit down for a minute, you know, you lay back and you close your eyes, and then you get the spins and shit. And so then, you know, your mind, then you're not trying to be fucking and doing all of this. So you know, if you continuing the night on in the room with the strippers and enough to be fucking all night and everybody listening and you don't care, you know, that's a whole lot. And then the next morning they say that the girls was so upset that they had to have a talk with the girls that was supposedly in the room with the guys, you know, that they don't know if Bravo is going to air that. But, you know, the whole thing just sounds stuntish to me. Because really, if I was really just going to put some money on it, I don't feel like any of the actual housewives would do something like this. You know, now they're saying it was Marlo and Portia. Somebody put that in my comments, because I guess that's what B Love, what's his name? B Scott, sorry. B Scott said on, I guess he had given this story a while back and said that it was those two. But I'm just like, I mean, that's you know, especially Portia trying to have this whole new image and her trying to fight the good fight, you know, Portia Luther King, and like, I can't see her doing that, but sort of can, you know. I'm just hoping that you didn't go out like that's going out bad. That's going out bad. Fucking strippers and your castmates on the show. So, I mean, we'll see, you guys. It's going to be some bullshit when it finally comes down. It ain't going to be nothing, you know. And it's going to be like, y'all did all this saying that they had sex with somebody and it was... Y'all know how they do. But I mean, time will tell. The show definitely is coming back. They definitely are recording. So we'll see all of that. And then we can make our judgment then, you guys. Anyway, moving on along. Next story, you guys. Let's talk. This is going to be really quick because I don't really know what else I can talk about with Jaguar Wright. You know, she's been on around. She has talked about a lot of people in Hollywood. Things that has happened in her career, she says, in the past, with a lot of big names in Hollywood. And she's put pretty much, you know, all of the people that you can think of, Puffy and The Roots and Jill Scott and Erykah Badu and Mary J. Blige and Talib Kweli and Common, and latest is Tevin Campbell, Alicia Keys. I mean, she's talked about all of these people. And really none of the stories are that impossible for me to believe. I mean, for me not to believe, because shit happens in the music industry and you've always heard different little stories about certain things. And, you know, I just kind of write it off like, well, I mean, that's just what that is. That's just that industry. If you're going to be active in that industry, you got to be kind of knowing that it's all kind of craziness that happens there. So the stories don't be all that big of a deal to me. And I've always told you guys that I feel like all of these big names that she's talking about, they are ignoring her because the more that they don't respond, the more it kind of just seems like she's this unhinged person going around making up stories like whoever she can make up about that week and talk about it. So maybe the better approach is just to ignore and just be like, oh, she's crazy. But I mean, people are believing her because, like I said, none of the stories is that unbelievable, you know. But recently she's talked about Whitney Houston, that whole, you know, Whitney Houston dying the night of the Grammys. She said that her ultimate target that she's trying to get to is Clive Davis. I was like, ooh, I mean, that's a powerful name in the industry. But anyway, she was upset with Clive Davis for still having the Grammy party the night that Nippy was, you know, died, drowned in her bathtub. She's, you know, kind of insinuated that there was more to the story that we didn't know, that Brandy was supposedly the one that found her and Ray J was the last one with her, and it was like some crack dealer and all this. You know, she kind of gives an alternate story that, I won't lie, I've heard many different versions of how that evening went, none of which we will ever know for sure happened. But I've heard all kind of crazy conspiracy stories when it came to Whitney Houston's death, okay? You just can't help but feel some kind of way about Whitney Houston's death, and then her daughter died the very exact same way, you know, and the Nick Gordon, who now is dead as well, but you know, him being around in those situations, and the story's just always been strange. I'm not quite sure if she was trying to link Clive Davis to that murder, but she has said some things. I'm just going to tell you guys to go and listen if you are interested in the things that she's saying. You know, she's saying a whole lot. She is definitely saying a whole lot, and I don't know. I don't know what her ultimate goal is. I think that she is just wanting to tell. You know, you guys ask me, like, what do you think she's after? And she's definitely not after money. So it's not a money grab. This is something else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch her. I just, when these stories come up, I just kind of research what the stories are. So I don't know her personality or character or whatever. People say that she's in like really extreme mourning because her son died, and you know, it has taken a toll on her. And I know that death can definitely take a toll on you as well. I can't imagine losing my child, so I'm sure that has weighed in on it too. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. I don't know why she's doing it. But anyway, if you are interested, Jaguar Wright, she is still out there telling stories. All right, you guys, Tarji P Henson is going to be hosting a show on Facebook Watch called Peace of Mind with Tarji. You guys know that she has that mental health foundation that she's developed in the memory of her father. It's called Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation. Evidently, her father had mental health issues that stemmed from his tour of duty in Vietnam, which so many people did. I don't know what went down in Vietnam, but it was bad, because I know so many people whose uncles and grandfathers and fathers, you know, who were really severely affected by that. So anyway, she is now going to be a host on that show on a Facebook Watch. You guys know that is a new streaming service, I guess you can call it, on Facebook that has Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. It had the basketball players. What's homeboy name that had the three sons who played for the Lakers and all. Anyway, they had a show on Facebook Watch, and now we are going to have Peace of Mind with Tarji, and she's also going to be joining the lineup of talk shows. Steve Harvey is going to have a show on there called Watch with Steve, or Steve on the Watch, or something like that. So yeah, Facebook Watch is actually growing its network, I suppose, and starting to bring a lot of people there. And if it's, you know, as successful as Red Table Talk has been, because that has been a successful show for them. Did you guys see, side note, the video of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith laughing about all of the memes that August they had for the entanglement and all of that? That's how you know that you don't give a fuck. Like, you just laughing about it, and it's on social media. And I was just like, I know that August has got to feel like, I mean, I know I got a lot of August Alsina fans, but child, he played himself, if you ask me. But anyway, moving on along. Yeah, so congratulations to Tarji. It's going to be her, and she has a co-host, which is her best friend, Tracy Jade Jenkins, and she also is the director for the foundation for that she named after her father as well. So that's it. That's what's coming up for Tarji. Congratulations to her. You guys will see her again on the, well, it's not on TV, but you know what I mean. Congratulations to Tarji. Next story, you guys, Meg Thee Stallion. I guess somebody wanted me to talk about her little thing on the opening, her little performance, her two performances on the opening show of Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live had been on like a high, you know, had been on a break, and then the coronavirus They hadn't been filming in person, but the show is Saturday Night Live. That means you perform in front of a live audience and, all of that. So they were finally able to come back to the studio. Chris Rock was the host. I actually watched the episode, the opening episode, the opening little segment that they had with Jim Carrey as Joe Biden, and of course, Alec Baldwin as White Sap, and then we had Maya Rudolph who was playing Kamala. It was good. I still feel like him playing Joe Biden, though, it kind of was giving me The Mask. I was just like, sometimes he's so overly animated with his face that, but I can't wait until they talk about this damn fly on Pence's head. Anyway, you guys, she was the performer for the night, and I like Meg Thee Stallion. I don't feel like this was like her super great performance. The stage is tiny. You gotta severely condense your backup dancers and all of that. Everybody's trying to do something. Although she actually made a lot of the space, of the little bit of space, they was able to do a lot with it. But I was just like, oh, this is okay. Like, I know that she was making a statement and, protect the black woman and all. I can appreciate the what she was trying to do and all of that. But I just felt like the performances was just okay. Did you guys watch it though? What did you think? She is definitely the it girl right now, and she did sing one of her, the new song that she's released, the video that's like the Alice in Wonderland kind of look. The song is so nasty. I was just like, ooh, child, y'all young girls. I mean, okay, let the old bitch get out the way. And, I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do out there. I ain't mad. I was y'all age at one time, but child, the shit y'all be saying, like, woo, I am definitely getting older. And then they play the shit on the radio, and then they got to beep out all the words. It's just like, I'm a same gate sitting down on the like, what the fuck? It's a whole bunch of words that you might as well not even play the fucking song. Just don't play the song, or I'm gonna need these artists to start doing like back in the day, do the radio version and do the damn album version. And on the radio, you just substitute all the bad words, okay? They don't do that shit no more. They just beep everything out. Shit sounds so stupid on the radio. Just like, well, what am I listening to? Just the instrumental? So anyway, but Meg is my girl, and she's everywhere, and good for her. But what y'all thought about her on Saturday Night Live? All right, you guys, next story, Big Baby Swole. His mama called him Diamond Smith. Okay, I don't even know what his real name is. Something with woe up in it. Baby Blue Woe. I don't know, but y'all know from Pretty Ricky, the one that was just always like 50 on 10. They say that he's been charged. The feds have charged him as being part of a huge fraud scheme on the PPP loans. You guys know that's the payroll protection loans that they have for the small businesses. With COVID-19, the whole crisis, part of that CARES Act was that people could apply for business loans to make sure that they kept their business afloat, able to pay their employees, and like that. Of course, like any other time, anytime there's money out there to be made or to be had, and the government is involved, and they are kind of making sure that they make this money available because they're trying to get it to the people, there are always going to be people that try to get around it. I can't tell you how many people, I'm talking about just regular folks that I know that was trying to figure out a way to come up with a small business. Like, Roxanne, you got a YouTube channel. Isn't that considered a small business? Like, are you going to try to get a PPP loan and you going to try? Like, really? I'm scary when it comes to shit like that because I do not look good in prison orange, okay? A bitch is not trying to go to jail. None of that. So I am a very by the rules, by the book kind of person. No, I'm not getting no fucking PPP loan. Okay. I don't, you can kind of try to figure out this being a business, this channel, but it's me. I don't have employees. Like, I don't have an overhead much. So, so anyway, yeah, y'all out there scamming and scheming and plotting and frauding and shit. Gonna take your ass to jail trying to get some of these people money. But let me tell you, the government is watching you motherfuckers. So Big Baby Swole out here coming up with new businesses, because just like how I told you guys about Double A Mo, Arkansas, Alabama Mo, whatever his name is on Love and Hip Hop, the same shit that he did was what also Big Baby Swole and got his ass caught up in. So he done came up with a business called throwbackjersey.com LLC. Put in some fraudulent paperwork. They gave him something like $427,000. When he figured out how easy that was, he came up with another business. Okay, niggas just greedy. So then the next business was Blue Star Records LLC. And on this one, he got like $708,000. Y'all, my damn iPad about to die. $708,000. Went and bought a fucking Ferrari. $95,000, you guys. See, this is the fuck wrong with y'all. Y'all get y'all broke asses in these old expensive ass cars. You got on shit from the swap meet. It don't even look like you should be in a damn car. Nigga, you out here running and you done spent $100,000 on a Ferrari. You couldn't just go get you a Tesla? Like, you couldn't go get you something that was much less stated but still nice? These niggas, I'm telling you, see, this is the whole thing. So anyway, yeah, they done went and confiscated the Ferrari. They done got him, you know, charged him up. So he might be in trouble eventually. I think he's out. You know, I don't think he's in jail right now. But his ass is part of a, they're saying that this whole fraudulent thing was part of a $24 million. So his portion is only 1.3 million dollars. He supposedly, it was him and another guy. But they are a part of a bigger plot, which was $24 million worth of fraudulent money acquired. And that was with 11 people. So he's part of this team. I'm gonna need y'all to have a talk with y'all cousins out there, and y'all cut this shit out. I know it's real easy though, because every time I open my Wells Fargo, I used to have a business account. And every time I open my Wells Fargo app, it still says on there that I have that business account, even though it's closed. And they show like PPP loan for, you know, PPP loan, apply for a PPP loan. Like they after you, like, come get this money. Okay. And, yeah, I know it's hard to refrain, but y'all can't be out here taking these people money and don't expect them to want to know exactly what you're doing with it. And then not to mention the fact that there are true legitimate businesses that are struggling and they're having problems, and you taking their fucking money. Come on, y'all. Come on. I know the game is out there, and I know that, you know, people need their money and everything, but it ain't worth you going to jail over. That's what I know. But anyway, y'all, my damn iPad is about to die. So let me move on to the next story. Congratulations are in order to Kelly Rowland and her husband, Tim Witherspoon, I believe is his last name. They are infanticipating. Okay, good for them. I know that her son has to be somewhere around 4 years old, the cutest little thing. And I was wondering if she was going to have another baby. Her and her husband seem to be happy. He stays out of the spotlight. You know, Kelly just makes her appearances when she has to for work or whatever, and then she be chilling too, and they look like they happy and they have a good marriage and they have a, you know, their kid, and now they are expecting baby number 2. She announced it when she was on the cover of a fitness magazine, I believe it was. And y'all, still just as tiny as can be. Ain't no telling how far along she is. I mean, she's so little. But she didn't seem to get big with that last one either. So she might be 5-6 months pregnant, but just the cutest little thing. I hope they have a little girl, because then that would complete the family. But I'm sure they both would like to have whatever is going to be healthy for them. So congratulations to the happy couple. And I guess while we're talking about babies, we can also say congratulations to Nicki Minaj, who also had her baby girl. I think she had a girl. I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't even look. I was looking up all this stuff when I was waiting on my car today, and I think this was right around the time that I just got so fucking mad I went to go look for that damn manager in the place. I think I told you guys about this in my Let's Talk About It video, but anyway, my car was being serviced and it was taking way too long. So around this time when I was taking my notes, I think that's when I went to go look for the manager. But anyway, I do just by memory, I know that Nicki Minaj had her baby. I believe it's a baby girl. I don't know what the baby's name is, but congratulations to her and her husband, Kenneth. And I'm happy for her because she seemed like she was happy in her marriage, and this is the next natural progression. If that's what you and your spouse decide, you would have a child, and I'm happy for her. I know everybody got all their feelings about the man and all that. Listen, we talking about a baby here. Okay, they say God makes no mistakes and babies are no mistakes. So good for them, and congratulations to them as well.